Welcome to the Believe It Challenge. If any of you are fans of Naruto, you'll hear that there's a saying that they say on the show. I'm gonna say it in Japanese, and I hope I don't offend anybody, but they say "Tatobayo," and that means believe it. And so I wanted to call this challenge the Believe It Challenge because we are gonna have one of my Astro stars dive into his process and his business. And what's incredible is Andy Wrong is in high school. Yes, guys, high school. And why I thought it was really important to bring somebody who is young onto the platform and have you guys learn from him. I also wanted to remove a limiting belief that some of you might have, that I can't succeed in this business if I have a full-time job. I can't succeed in making an incredible living if my hours in the day are taken away by somebody else. Because as a high school student, Andy was going to school 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and was doing his outreach early in the morning, at lunch, and after school. So if you are struggling with the mindset of I don't have time, I can't make this work because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to fit it into my day. Andy is going to help you through that. But on top of that, if you have struggled with the mindset of I need to be an expert, I need to have experience, I need to know everything. Tell me and answer this question for me. How would somebody in high school who had no knowledge of real estate come in, jump into our community, and start crushing it immediately? It's beautiful. So without further ado, let's bring on our wonderful, magical humans.
What's up, everyone?
Hi, Andy.
I'm amazing, and I'm so ready to kick off this challenge and set the standards for Tyler. That's up next, and I think everyone is gonna learn a lot today about my strategy and how efficient I am, and how I'm able to do what I do while in school. And I think it really just comes down to self accountability, and really just how it sounds like. So you hear it so often, but it's like, how bad do you want it? Like,
that's it. How bad do you want it? Can you rewind us back, because your success and your rise has been phenomenal, but let's get back to your beginning, right? You are 16 years old. You have a desire to do what? Make some money? What was the play?
I think at that time, I didn't have any long-term goals. Like, I just was like, I just want to make some money. I wasn't born like this insane entrepreneur that comes out the womb like that. This is built through character, and this is built through like experiences and stuff, right? But in the beginning, how I got into real estate was I saw this like YouTube video, or this TikTok video of like Kong. I'm sure everyone here.
I love Kong. He's great.
And he was like, let's go get this money. And like, he has that saying, and he talks about wholesaling real estate. And that kind of what sparked something in me. I was like, okay, you can do real estate with no money down. And you can do this with no license. I'm like, I can do this right now at 16. Well, I was like actually 15.
You were, when you started, you were 15.
I was 15. And then what happened? And I saw your YouTube video on, I don't know which one was it. It was like probably the one you in the Wholesale Genie. And I got super interested, got on a call, and I got you as a mentor, and now I'm here.
Amazing. Let's spell out for people what here looks like, because I want people to understand just how life-changing the money is. And guys, this is what's incredible is when I first met Andy in person, I met Andy and his aunt. and his aunt wanted to come and like see who I was in real life and make sure I wasn't some like weird dude that was like giving her nephew money, you know, for what, you know, like just let's make sure this is like a real person and he's not a strange dude. And she came and met me and was like, okay, I like you. And then said, I have one promise that you need to help me keep. And I said, what is that? He has to finish high school. Andy needs to finish high school. I said, I promise if Andy drops out of high school because of all this money he's making, I'm going to kick him out of the community. And I made that promise to Andy's aunt. I said, I will not allow Andy to drop out of high school. Andy has to finish high school. I can't promise you he's going to go to college, but I promise you he will go to high school. He will finish high school.
Yeah.
And then I met his father at the Astroflipping mastermind. He and his dad came again, just to double check, let's make sure. Who are these people? What's going on? My son all of a sudden has all this money.
So skeptical. Like they were like, who is this guy? Don't believe it. Not real.
Right. And let's talk about the money, because I think people need to understand why they wouldn't believe it. And when somebody in high school comes across cash like this is, you would understand this isn't a problem for a parent.
Yeah.
So what are we talking? What have your months been like?
So summer, really Q1 was like my best ever. Like, oh no, Q4 of last year was when really stuff started shifting. And that was, I know exactly why. It was because I came to the conclusion that I wasn't going to be who I wanted to be if I wasn't going to do the things I needed to do. So when I had that mindset shift, when I actually started doing the stuff that actually mattered, and that was really the point where I was like, okay, like I'm done with just being mediocre. And I just really pushed it that summer. So I made $28,000 that summer.
Wow.
That. And then went to the mastermind, learned a bunch, and then made 50.5 thousand.
Yeah, 50,500, I believe that is what you made the next. And that was right after our mastermind. And
that was like right after.
Yeah, right after. You know, our masterminds are very powerful. I got to have one-on-one time with Andy and gave him some strategies that he put into action immediately, and he ROI'd the mastermind right after leaving. Like a week after leaving, he took the strategy.
I think it was like a couple days after. It was like
a couple days after.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm amazing. And I love when I get to work with people who do it, who just come in, they don't have excuses. They're not going to play games. They're like, thank you, Jamil, for giving me the knowledge. Now I'm going to go and run with this and make this happen. And you guys need to all take this into your hearts. Really understand this at a deep and core level. If you want success in your life, and if you want success in this business, it is going to happen on the other side of excuses. It is going to happen on the other side of excuses. It's going to happen on the other side of what you are holding yourself back in comfort. Now, Andy, I see like tiles on your wall there. Do those glow in the dark, or what's the purpose of that?
They're actually, they're like soundproof tiles. So like my mom actually sleeps like the room next to me. And like sometimes I'll be calling in the morning and like I'll just wake her up, and I just have that there. So I'm not as loud, so I don't wake her up.
So if you understand what I'm saying here, guys, he is still living at home, as he should be, because I don't even think you're not an adult yet. You're 17 now, right?
I'm still 17. Yeah.
Yeah. So when it's time for Andy to move out, he'll move out. But right now he's living at home with his parents, and he's talking loud in the morning, and he put soundproof tiles up on his wall to be considerate, so that his mom, who sleeps in the room right next door to him, doesn't wake up while Andy is making that money. The way I don't even know how Kong says it. I'm not going to try. It's going to come out. Monet. He's making that Monet. I just adore you, Andy. And there's so much, so much to share and learn here. So I don't want to take up a lot of time.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you. You are somebody that when I go to bed, or when I'm feeling run down, when I feel overwhelmed, I remember you. I remember the impact of what we're doing here and why this is so dang important. like why what we're providing to the community is so wonderful. Because at 15 you changed your life. At 17 you have money that's life changing, and by the time you're 21 you are going to be you are already a force, but by 21, dude, I don't like, can you guys imagine where Andy's going to be at 21? Like, what does 21-year-old Andy do in life? Like, he's going to be loaded. You're going to run a wholesale company that's likely going to rival mine, if not beat it. And I'm grateful to have been a part of that. I'm not worried about that competitiveness. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have been a part of your strategy, a part of your life, and a part of your growth. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful to just to be the person that gets to do this with you, because you are an incredible man.
Yeah, it's all love.
All love. It's always love. It always is. And I'm just, again, really proud of you guys. So everybody, if you are not yet a Privy user, understand that this system that Andy is going to walk us through today is going to leverage Privy. Benson, how you doing?
Hey, I'm just sitting here getting chills listening to Andy's story. I was just yesterday, Andy, I was in my head about stuff about this week.
Yeah.
It's already gone. Like, you're inspiring, dude. It's awesome.
It's
absolutely
great.
Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. I think that's my purpose on this earth, is to just set the bar higher for anyone my age, or just to inspire everyone. And my goal one day is to, like, speak on a stage with thousands of people. And that's one of my goals.
I am going to make that goal happen. No doubt. No doubt. I want you on a stage in front of thousands of people, if possible, before you're 18 years old.
Probably.
I'm 1,000,000%. Like, when I have my first event, Andy's speaking at it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
Unreal. Guys, if you have not quite figured out yet how incredible the Astroflipping community is, I mean, we plug and play. We go. We murder it out there. More assignment fees than any other mentorship on the planet. Millions of dollars, millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars have been assigned just between June and December. Between June and December, millions of dollars assigned from the Astroflipping community. You have no idea how powerful it is. There will be Astroflipping community members ready to chat in the chat. If you guys have want to learn any more about what it looks like to be a part of the community, I think it's worth your time to at least explore it. So book a call with Sammy. There you go. There is the link to book a call with Sammy. Please don't sit on the sidelines. Don't be that person that thinks you can do this alone. It's not possible. Every deal needs 2 people at least. A deal needs 2 people. Otherwise, it's not a deal. Understand that. You need people. You need community. This does not work alone. So don't be a lone wolf. It's impossible. Beyond that, Benson has done something special for us, for anyone who's not yet a Privy user. And we have a code for you to use today. There's going to be a link in the chat right now for you to runprivy.com. You go to runprivy.com. And if you type in the code BELIEVE, because this is the Believe It Challenge. Look at that version of Naruto that looks like me. That's pretty hype, man. Wow. That's Jaruto. Actually, that's Aruto. That's a mix. That's Andy and Jamil, because that face is too skinny to be me, but it's got a beard, so it is. But it might be Andy. I don't know. It's a mix of Andy and Jamil and a little bit of Benson in there too. But the code BELIEVE for 20% off your first month. But Benson, I think he kind of messed up here, because what Benson is doing, and I'm not going to allow him to go and change it now. This is one of these times when Walmart puts the wrong price on, you're getting it. Benson is saying that if you choose the annual plan, 30% off the entire annual plan. If you do the monthly, it's only 20% off the first month. He is going to give you 30% off the year. Benson, that's crazy, dog. Like, I'm shocked that you're doing that, but now you're stuck. So you can't change it. You can't unchange it.
Can I change it just a little bit?
Yes.
just a little bit. So this week, I'm going to do 2 exclusive training sessions just for the Astro community. So exclusive training sessions, I'm going to send out the invitation to everybody that signs up, and we're going to get in the weeds. We're going to take what Andy's showing us today, and we're going to dig a little bit deeper, because he won't be able to cover everything that Privy does today, right? There's just too much. So I want you guys to get understanding the full feature set. We'll get those out today. And also I'm going to give you the course that I built, where I showed you guys the exact strategy that I went and started doing virtual deals in St. Louis for free, for free. So it really is kind of a no-brainer. And we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, Jamil. So you guys jump in, get in there, use it,
and if you're like
30 days.
Yeah, give it 30 days. If it's like, do the annual, get the discount. If it doesn't work for you, go back to Benson and say, Benson, refund me. This sucked and I just can't make it work. But we look at all the hundreds of people, actually thousands of people getting results using it. I guarantee you, if you're not getting success from Privy, one of 2 things are happening. Either you're not using it correctly or you're not using it at all. That's it. That's the only things that can stop you from getting success with the platform. You're either not using it correctly or you're not using it at all. Be real with yourself. Did you actually give yourself the opportunity to learn it? And if you didn't give yourself the opportunity to learn it, did you take Benson up on his trainings? Did you go into the system and actually learn how powerful it is? Now, guys, I don't want to take up too much time here because Andy's got a lot to share. But like any other time, when we start these presentations, and I'm going to get so many DMs from people pissed off at me for doing this, but I don't care. I will always begin these in a prayer. And the reason for that is I believe anything and everything we want or need in our life will find its way to us through our source, but we have to ask for it and take a step towards it. You need action, guys. Now, if this makes you uncomfortable, no problem. You just go ahead and mute me for the next 30 seconds because I will do this anyways. But if you'd like to join us, here we go. Father God, we love you so much, Lord. Thank you for today. Thank you for opening all our eyes and giving us breath, for giving us the minds to connect and communicate with one another, Lord. We're so grateful for that. God, we ask that you guide each of us to your purpose for our lives, so that the steps we take are your steps, the words we speak, your words, the actions we take, your actions. God, we ask that you guide us to those individuals that'll be of benefit to us, either through a financial gain or a lesson we may need to learn. And we also ask that you deflect us from those individuals that could waste our time or bring us harm. Lord, for any of our community members here that are joining today that require additional understanding of what Andy and Benson will be going over and the concepts that they teach, we just ask for perfect clarity in their minds. And for any of us suffering through any physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual pain, we just ask for perfect healing in our lives. And Lord, it is with humble hearts and in your heavenly name we pray. Amen.
Right.
All right, guys. Andy, Benson, take it away.
Let's rock and roll. What's up, guys? I'm ready to go make some offers and use Privy to its fullest. And before I start, I wanted to piggyback on something Jamil just said. Like, you can purchase Privy and all these systems and stuff, but they're not going to do anything if you don't do anything. Like, I love the analogy of, like, you have a vehicle, but if you don't drive it, it's not going anywhere. You're not getting anywhere, right? And Privy is the vehicle and you are the driver. So if you want to get somewhere, drive and you'll get there. So
I love it.
So this is Privy. Benson, do you see my screen? Does everyone see my screen?
It just popped up. Yes, sir.
Okay. Awesome. Let me bring my screen up. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how I like filter my lists, filter my criteria when I do go on Privy. So I'm in the Tampa market. You can do this in any market in Privy. Privy covers nationwide. I think you guys have MLS coverage mostly everywhere. Is that correct, Benson?
We're approaching 80 direct to MLS data markets. You have to go on a one-by-one basis, so there's a bit of there's some time and some resources that are poured into it. But as you can see here in Tampa, this is direct. This is stellar. It's a game changer to be able to see those photos and get those real-time updates and everything.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Andy, how did you choose Tampa in the first place?
I think just I had people there. Like I had disposition wholesalers there, and I had like previous infrastructure there. So I just like Tampa.
Okay.
Even though I'm local in the Houston market, I recommend everyone that wants to pick a market, like settle down in one market. Like don't be like a nationwide guy where you're dispoing in California and also Florida and also Arizona and also Georgia. Like just pick one market, pick one city, and just go hard at it. And only expand once you've covered MLS outreach, and then off-market agent outreach, and then micro flipping, which they teach in Astro. Once you've exhausted all those avenues, that's when I would want to expand to a different market.
Yeah.
But here, let's just reload and like go.
Yeah, the reason why I ask you that is because Tampa is actually a hot market with respect to investor activity. So I would always recommend it. Like we've got people here asking about different markets. Milwaukee is live direct to MLS. A bunch of them are, wherever you see blue is direct to MLS. This is going to be more and more here soon.
Oh wow!
But
we have MLS access in Texas, which is great because usually no one really has direct to MLS in Texas or non-disclosure states.
Right. Yeah. And there's not another platform that does it like this on scale.
Yeah.
And it's super important, right? This is a numbers game. So if your numbers are off slightly in one direction or another, then that's going to make a huge difference in your ability to get an accurate after repair value. And that's why I think like a market like Tampa is such a great area to target, Andy, because you've got so much activity there that you have the data to be able to prove after repair value. You have the buyers there, like all the ingredients to assemble a deal are present in Tampa. So that's one of the things that's going to help people choose a better market is that investor activity.
Yeah. I think wholeheartedly, like I think that you really only need Privy like to do your first deal. I don't think you really need any other software. I mean, maybe Zillow, but like Privy would, I mean, you're able to find buyers on Privy and like real legit buyers on Privy, like tax record buyers, which is like one of the strategies like I use in my company to find my buyers. Cause that's like a great way. I don't know, like previous challenges, they've done it. And it's definitely one of the best ways to find buyers in the current market we're in. Because we've actually seen like they actually brought a property and they actually flipped it and they actually do the business. So that's why I really support that. And Privy is a great tool for that. So that's why I think like Privy really, I think is the only software you need. You can find deals and you can find buyers. So which is great. But let me get into the filtering stuff. So obviously, so first thing is to pick my market. I usually only go for a single family right now, just like that. I only want to see actives, nothing under contract, nothing pending, nothing sold. I know John Galan is like set up super cool. I just go super simple and just do it like this. I select fix and flip. Now, depending on your market, because obviously like somewhere like maybe in the Midwest, your ARV may be a lot lower. But in Tampa, I think really want to stay around 60%. But then you kind of like don't see a lot of this stuff. And I want to see everything, even though it's like a little bit higher on the ARV. I do want to see everything. So I'm gonna do like 75. Sometimes I go a little more aggressive and do 80, or I mean conservative, or more aggressive at like 60, 65. But usually I don't do that. I'll just kind of stay right there. For pricing, depending on your market, I wouldn't filter pricing. I mean, maybe I'd put like 500, but usually I don't really filter it. But for this purpose, I'll filter it. For DOM, a lot of people talk about days on market. I kind of want to see everything that hits. The number one reason is because I think right now a lot of motivated sellers are actually listing their properties, and maybe they just listed it and you hit them and you get your offer accepted. That's why I don't filter why on days on market. So I'll just
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. If you can get to it first at the right price and it's at a good percentage of ARV, then you don't have to get it at a huge discount.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm gonna discuss about pricing and stuff like that, because about like getting on properties under contract, what price if they're listed over a certain amount of time, because there's like, I'm sure all of y'all have heard this before, but if a property's been listed for, let's say like 15, 30 days more, I would definitely get a decent discount on the property before sending out to your buyers. Like if for example 4901 West Bartlett Drive was listed for like 30 days, I would not send it out to a buyer at 290. Like that would just really look bad on my part. They're like, why the hell are you sending me, stuff that are listed way over list price? And I mean, it's probably not a deal. Like if it's been sitting for that long, it's either one thing or two things. The pricing is off, like they're just way over, or there could be a situation where it may be a probate situation, like literally like no one can get on a contract, and maybe that's why they have it for so long. But that's what we do, is we go in there and we figure out the situation. But it's usually a pricing issue, where they're too high on pricing. But we're gonna take a look at this one, 4901. So list at 270, which is pretty good price around here, like the median price around here. And as we go down, I'll see the listing description and stuff, the list agent full name and stuff. So like Privy actually provides this information, which is so cool. For the listing agent email though, I think I have like a realtor friend on my team, and they provided like their license number, and then that's how I'm able to get this information. So that's super cool. So that's
yeah,
how
I want to make sure that everybody knows that there needs to be an agent ID associated with the account. You have to be an agent to be able to get this info. So this is not, if you're not a licensed agent, yours wouldn't have that information in it, at least right now. Okay, just want to be clear about that.
Yeah. Do you know when you're able to like provide like actual phone numbers? Because that'd be a like game changer.
Yeah, it's something we're working on. In some MLSs, they don't want us to provide that. In some MLSs, they're okay with it. We're trying to work on a kind of a universal solution. So it is something that the team is working on to be able to display that and still be compliant with the rules that the MLS gives to us.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, like right now we just take the agent name and then we search them up on Google, and usually we find them the first minute.
That's the best way, is when you have an agent there, you just Google it, and it almost always finds their phone number really quickly.
Yeah, and I'll show you guys how I find the phone number. But so usually I'll kind of call them before I kind of make my offer. Now, one thing I do want to note is that this, like, I see a flat fee like keyword in here, which kind of tells me that this agent does a ton of volume, because flat fee, like brokerages, they get a ton of sellers, and because they're like at a super low fee for listing, and maybe the seller just wants to save a bunch of money, but that just kind of something to note. But we can try to find this person. So as you can see, I'm not like comping at all. Like I'm trying to find the agent phone number. Let's see, is this? Yeah, so flat fee. So one of the clues is if this is the right person. It also says flat fee here.
Yeah, it looks like him.
So that's probably him. So I'll just call my phone.
So you're going direct to listing agent, right? You're not using your own agent at this point.
Yeah. So some people like Michelle and Paul, which is like the guys I know that they use a buyer's agent. I think I don't believe in using a buyer's agent. I believe that going direct to listing agent is probably the best thing to do. One, because it creates less friction in the transaction. So like, when you play telephone as a little kid, someone says something and then the person at the end gets something totally different. That's why I want to just go directly to the person, because the seller also has to receive this information. So it's like, so if you insert a buyer's agent, it's you, buyer's agent, listing agent, and then seller. So like there's definitely a discrepancy there in information, which is why I just want to remove as many obstacles as I can. So yeah, and then also like just speed, and then relationships too. Like, to think about it, like if a listing agent provided listed a distressed listing on the on the MLS, you can assume that they likely get those every now and then. And even if this one doesn't work out, like even if this, maybe our offer doesn't work or the situation isn't right, I want to make sure I am still in contact with that listing agent so that when they do have something, they will contact me before they get listed on the market. So that's why I think going direct to listing agent is the best, unless you have a really good buyer's agent, which I think Michelle and Paul do. They have a absolute badass, and they're a really good negotiator. They don't care about, they'll do they'll do a ton of offers for them, even though none of them all of them stick. And they just work really hard. And I think those are buyer's agent that are really strong. And that's when I would consider it. But going back to this, let me give him a call.
So you haven't done any comping yet, right? You just want to learn information about the house at this point.
Yeah. I would just, you can like do a soft vet where you like kind of look down here, and you'll see like this is actually like, just looking at it, like I've done this so much, but like just looking at it, this looks really good.
Those numbers are amazing. It's a tight grouping. Yeah. Everything's right there. Everything is within the same kind of your bill. It's not on the other side of a major road or a highway, or even the river.
Yeah. This is pretty good. So I only look at, so I'll just go over this just to show you guys how I value properties. So as you can see here, this is like this little pocket right here. I don't know if I can draw it. So I look at this when I comp properties. I look at the little like pocket here, and so here's the 3 comps we have. Now I won't look at the 330. I will look at the blue ones because those are the ones that are actually like flipped, right? Is that right, Benson?
No, it's slightly different than that. So you just ran that search at 75%, right?
Yeah.
Of the ARV.
Yeah.
So what that means is that house that you've got listed right there at 274, for it to match your deal criteria, I'm just doing some quick math on my end. Our algorithm is dividing that by 0.75. So we have to have comps over 366 for that to be a deal lower than 75%. So any property that's in that area that's a comp that has a price higher than 366, we color blue, whether it's flipped or not.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. I learned something new today. I thought these were like all flipped, like it meant like these were investor flips. But that's something cool I didn't know.
But usually they are flipped, right? For a house that's similar to this one to yield a price that's 25% higher, there'd have to be something that makes them worth that much, right? So usually that is a renovation or updates or upgrades.
Well, that just means your algorithm is on point. Like you guys are doing an amazing job. Looks like I have my comp here, 395. This 425 is a block home, which is why I don't want to use it. It is a newer like comp as far as like sold date, but this one was sold back in August, which was 4 months ago. I think August comps are still viable, but I would try to keep comps within 90 days from today. So, but I would still use this. Like I think this is a pretty decent comp. It's also a 3.2 like our subject. We're actually a lot bigger. We're almost 200 square foot bigger. They are actually an older build, and lot size is very similar. They're also wood frame. And I would always make sure that you always compare apples to apples. And what I mean by that is like, if our subject is a wood frame, I would only comp wood frame. And if it comes down to it, like there's only a block home in the neighborhood, I would adjust like even up to like 15-20%. Because like a lot of people prefer wood frame over or actually block home over wood frame.
Just a note, that's a market specific kind of thing that Andy knows about this market by doing his research, is that, you know, there's hurricanes in Tampa, right? So whether if you have a stick frame house, it's not as stable as a block would be, and so they value those differently down there. But Andy was able to figure that out by just looking at the data, and so now he knows how to comp these properties out just by going through the motions and practicing.
Yeah. So I think let's check if this one, they have a carport. I'm just going through the photos here. I mean, pretty decent. Pretty good. I don't think there is a carport. Yeah, no carport. Ours actually has a carport, which is great. That's like even more value.
Yeah, the value keeps going up here.
Yeah, this is great. Let's run the numbers here. So buyers right now in Tampa are buying at like, I would say 55%. So 395. I don't want to like assume ARV right now. Like I don't want to like try and push numbers where I don't think really makes sense. Even though this is a comp, I won't really go much past 400 because there's no comps that support past 400. So I can't go too much over. So I'll say this is probably a 415.
Can I ask you why you made that zone so small? Even though like some of those comps that were just outside of that, like on the south side of that Wishart Boulevard, like I would use those personally.
Use that. Actually, I made a mistake here. This is still fine. Like I can cross this. Actually, Benson, you made a good point. This kind of threw me off a little bit with the bigger road here. But I don't want to cross any main roads like North Rome Avenue. I wouldn't want to cross. And obviously the highway.
Right.
The river. But yeah, these are, I would have missed these. But these are, they all look like block. Let me check this one. This one's a wood frame. Yeah, 400. This was actually sold last month, which is great. But I want to start calling. So we're just going to put a 410. I'd say 410 times, right now, 55. And then our wholesale fee. So 215. We're not too far off from the asking price, which is great. So I think I can sell this at 225 easily. So let's call him. I'm just gonna call him on my phone in this specific, this situation and this demonstration. I usually use like a software, Astro Blaster, but that's for another conversation. And I just call him on there. But for this purpose, I'll just call him 965 3990.
Thank you for calling Flat Fee. Please listen to the following options. If you're a Flat Fee client, please press 1. If you're looking for showing instructions on a property, please press 2. If you're a title company or appraiser, please press 3. All others, including new clients, please email info@flatfee.com or leave a message. Thank you.
So for that, this is an interesting situation because I think this is just an office phone number. I may do some more digging and see if I can find his actual.
I got a number for you here. I found.
What you got?
954-965-3990.
Yeah, that was the one I called, 965-3990.
Oh, it's the same one? Shoot,
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find
It says he's the broker.
Oh, he is the broker.
Right. So when I say broker, guys, that means like likely the managing broker.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are a little bit more difficult to find than if he was an agent in that office.
I think I may have found this guy. Yep. Oh, we'll try this number. So here's where you guys gonna have to like do a little more digging and see. I think this might be his number. We'll give him a call and see.
Look how happy he is.
Thank you for calling Flat Fee. Please listen.
Nope. That is kind of, I guess, like the same office number. So in this situation where I literally like cannot connect with them, I will just, since like I get the email, sometimes I'll just send blind offers if I can't get in contact with the agent. So, Benson, what should I do in this situation? Because the email was only provided to me because of the fact that I had a license number in there.
Well, the email is on many of these sites that I just Googled. So it's the same email. It's just kind of a universal general email. Mm-hmm. But I would leave a voicemail for him.
Okay.
And see if you get someone to call you back. It's likely going to be somebody from the office, like another agent who's just answering the phones. But that's okay because that'll get the conversation going. But this is a perfect example of why it pays to have an investor-focused agent,
mm-hmm.
buyer's agent on your team.
Mm-hmm. Let me just leave a voicemail on there, but we're just gonna send an offer.
All others, including new clients, please email info@flatfee.com or leave a message. Thank you.
You had a redirect?
Yeah, I don't know.
The person at extension 202 is unavailable. Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key.
Hello, my name is Andy. I'm reaching out about a listing on 4901 West Bartlett Drive. I'm trying to contact Cliff. I think he's a listing agent. I was an investor in the Tampa area and I wanted to make an offer on this one. Please give me a call back as soon as you can. At 832-292-7286. Again, that's 832-292-7286. Thank you. Bye.
Andy, Heidi in the chat said she has Cliff's number. Is this the one that you tried? 954-325-5215.
Let me I haven't tried that one yet. We'll just give it a try.
Yeah, 954-325-5215.
Looks like Joel's done some business with these guys too. These flat fee companies.
He offered 210 on it. That's awesome. In the chat. So we're pretty much right on the dot. He said he has offers for 265.
Of course he said that.
Hello, please leave a message and I will return your call. Thank you.
Hey, Cliff, this is Andy. I've been trying to get in contact with you about the listing on 4901 West Bartlett Drive. I wanted to make an offer on it. I'm an investor in the Tampa area. Please give me a call back because I have a couple questions about it. But yeah, I'm super interested in it. Please give me a call back as soon as you can at 832-292-7286. Again, that's 832-292-7286. But I mean, telling by his voicemail, like, this guy's a stern guy. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me as a young guy. Like, I'm sometimes intimidated by these guys. They're always like super, they don't budge at all.
But a lot less than you were, 5 months ago, right? Like, you're paying your dues. And I was going to ask Andy, like, how do you get around that? Being a younger guy, right? You don't have as much experience. You said you feel a little intimidated by somebody who's stern, an older fella. Like, what are you doing to kind of get past that mental block in your head and still taking action?
They're just people. Like, they're just people. Kind of have to get over that. They're just like you. Like, they're no better than you. We're all on the same level, and they have more wisdom in life, but they shouldn't treat us differently than we treat them. So
I bet you know more about wholesaling than Cliff does.
Probably.
Right?
Probably a little more.
And that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
And you know more about the strategy than he does too, and which is why it's working.
Yeah.
So you guys, the stuff that Jamil is teaching in Astroflipping is ground shaking stuff. Like, it's working for people of all levels, whether you're in high school like Andy, or you're just coming out of being a CPA and you don't want to be a CPA and you go and do the business like John Galan, or you're an engineer, or you're a stay-at-home mom, or you've been around, you're looking for your second career and you're in your 60s or 70s. Like, this can work for you.
Yeah,
absolutely, it'll work for you.
Yeah, I think that first call is always the hardest for everyone. I mean, I'm not saying like the steps I'm taking now are the hardest, but like that first step, something about that first step, that first call, it is a super big obstacle for everyone. But like, everyone's gonna suck. Like, you're gonna suck. Like, truly, you're gonna suck. And just like throw your ego in the trash. Like, you're gonna suck. Like, everyone sucks. And Jamil sucked, and Pace sucked when they first started. And now we're a little bit better than we were. Like, you're just getting a little bit better. And I actually like the calls you have where they yell at you and like maybe the call doesn't go where you want it to go. That's fine. Because like next time you'll know how to avoid it. And like next time you'll know how to like take it and bring it back to where it needs to be. So yeah, like just call more. Like, you'll learn more than like from like 100 conversations than, like, no offense, but like doing all these challenges. Like, you guys don't need to watch me. Like, I would just make calls right now. Like, watch me, but like make calls after this. Like, you'll learn a whole lot more from like actually doing it, and like calling agents. You'll learn a whole lot more. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, just go in the furnace and just slow roast and just
slow roast.
Yeah.
You come out nice and juicy.
Yeah.
I love it. Just slow roast. All right, Andy, let's keep going.
Let's make an offer now. It's fine. We can't get in contact with him, but since we have his email in this case, we'll just send a blind offer. And for blind offers, I would probably go a little bit lower than what I intend to offer on. And I always offer, like, I have an initial offer, then I have a max wholesale offer. So my max wholesale offer in this situation was going to be like $215, right? But to kind of like, this is a pretty good tip, but to kind of like put some extra money in your pocket, I would always maybe shave off, like, sometimes I'll always do like 95%. So I'll just take my offer times 95, and then that would be my initial offer. So even if they do counter, or even if they reject, you'll have some room to negotiate. Like, you won't, because like if I present my maximum allowed offer, I have no room. Like, I have no leverage. So in like, if they do counter, let's say like at 207, well, great, you just put 7 extra K in your pocket, right? Mm-hmm. Or like they're like, no, that's a little bit too low, and then maybe you're like, okay, let me get back to my contractors and see if I can cut some strings and see if I can get this up. and then you hit them with the 215. That 215 is going to look a lot sexier than before, right? Like they're like, wow, you really put your work into this offer. So that's why I do like that. So 204. So this is my offer template. Emily, I don't know how to get this out to people, but this is how it looks like. And if anyone wants to use it, I think John uses it as well in his company. Super simple template. Don't have to overcomplicate stuff. I just have my logo in there and just customize it a little bit to how I do business. But you don't have to overcomplicate it. I use my mom's name because I'm like not legally allowed to sign contracts yet. So I'll put authorized signer as her, and then office address, and then my LLC name or what I'm gonna go under contract company name. Earnest money, I'll always do 1%. So that would wait. Let me just put our offer in first.
Hey guys, I just dropped this link, jdamgfree.com, and it will take you to the agent offer template. And it's a little PDF. You can copy and paste it and then use it for yourself.
Let me drag this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's super.
I love this template.
Yeah, it's great. I use it all the time, and it's got me deals accepted. It's super simple. They will just take this information and then put it in contract form, and you just sign it. And it gives us all the information they need. And then also my vesting info is on here, so they don't have to like ask me like, you know, who's the signing and stuff like that. Earnest money, we'll just do 2,000.
Are you actually putting earnest money down, Andy, or are you canceling prior, or what's your strategy there?
So in the beginning, I would have to work a little bit faster because I didn't have money to like put down. But now since I have some money to put down, it makes me look a lot better. I don't want to say this, but you should always have earnest money in place, but you can do it without. Like you just have to be really quick and frame the contract a certain way where you don't have to provide it immediately. So that's why I put 2 and 3 business days, to where when we execute, it's due in 3 business days. So that gives me a little bit of time to where I can find a buyer, and then they cover it for me.
So if you didn't have it, you might push that out to like 5 days.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just make sure you've got like a solid buyers list that you've already talked to.
Yeah.
And that are ready to take action, right? Is that what you mean by moving faster?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. And I would always have like either disposition wholesalers in place, like already pre-existing relationships. And also, you know, maybe a handful of relationships with strong buyers in the area that actually buy. I think that's super, super important. It's just like going to the point where you can be like, you know, you can call them up and be like, how's the wife? How's the kids? And like, did you see that game on Sunday? I think that those are the best relationships. And I think if you have to like just like 5 relationships like that with buyers, like you're going to be really well off. Cause they're going to, you know, they're going to cut strings and like, and make stuff work when they wouldn't make stuff work with someone that they didn't really know.
Exactly.
So that's
and
why
they're willing to move quicker too, right? Because they know that you know how to do your research, right? You've talked to them before.
Yeah.
And so they're willing to move quicker. And then if you get them to move fast, then in that agreement you do, the assignment agreement, part of the stipulation in that assignment agreement is that they have to put the earnest money down.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Cool. So this is the offer we're sending over. And then do you do like a follow-up call later on to let them know, hey, I sent you an offer, or a text or something like that?
Yeah, I would try to follow up. But in this situation where it's kind of very difficult to reach them, I wouldn't bother too much. Like this would be something like I'd just get done, sent out, and then just move on to the next. Like I wouldn't put too much thought into this one. Because there's 2 things you really want to focus in this business is volume. I think volume is going to be the biggest factor, and obviously quality of your offers. But I think if someone sends out 10 offers a day for 100 days, like, you can't tell me you're not getting one closed. Like, it's virtually impossible. If you made 1,000 offers and you don't close one, something's wrong. Like, something's terribly wrong. So that's why, like do something, like do what is that thing Alex Ramosi says? He like says, like, do an unreasonable amount of work for an unreasonable amount of time, and it will be virtually impossible for you not to succeed.
Love it.
Yeah, I love Alex so much. He's great. But let me just send this real quick.
Yeah, let's find another deal to write an offer on, or call on at least.
I'm trying to call. Okay, I think everything checks out here. So I'll save it as a PDF, and then I'll put in here, and then I'll attach my proof of funds. Actually, by the way, Jamil actually provides a proof of funds. He has like a proof of funds service. I think, Emily, if you want to put that in the chat, this is what I use. I don't know if it shows up right now, but this is how it looks like, and it makes your offers look a whole lot stronger. And you kind of need that. You really need that to make your offers.
Yeah, guys, you can go ahead and email flipfundllc@gmail to get your proof of funds. And you can get a general proof of funds that's valid for 30 days. And our VA will usually get it back to you same day unless you email on the weekend.
That's great. I would definitely get a proof of funds like ASAP. So this is my offer template. I'll share this with you guys. I think, do I just type in the chat, Emily?
I already shared an offer template, so no worries there.
Or like the email, of how it looked like, or you guys can change it, or you guys can just watch over this. But here's how it looks like. I'll just paste it in there. Oops, that does not look right.
Terry asked, do you usually get callbacks from blind offers?
I'll usually just get email replies back. But
right. But you're accompanying that with a voicemail too, right? So you're increasing the chances of a follow-up from them with an email, maybe even a text, and a voicemail. Because you still want to have that conversation with them about, the house, and to figure out what's going on with it. So and try to determine motivation and timelines. And a couple people asked, like, does that offer turn into the actual contract itself? And the answer to that is no. What will happen is, after Andy submits this, if they negotiate a little bit back and forth and they agree on price and terms, then that listing agent's going to write the offer up on their state approved contract. So the contract that agents use in Florida, they'll write it up for you, and then they'll probably send it to you digitally, and you can sign it digitally as well.
Yeah. Agent always writes your offers, apart from assignment contracts and stuff, but they will always write your purchase and sale agreements. So this is how it looks like, and then now we're just gonna send it. Boom.
Yeah, let's send that, and then let's get back in Privy and make some more calls.
Let's go. This one, let's see, Shamrock. Little like rentable condition. I think there's some value here, value add potential here. I would never target renovated listings, only value add opportunities. Let's see here. Let's just give him a call. Kimberly. I would either add like realtor or like agent to the name, and usually sometimes they'll just show up. Tampa number. Cool.
There she is.
That's probably the number.
It's the same number.
Cancel, or I'll always just call it the mobile number.
Yeah, she has it the same in both fields, so it's likely her office, but worth a try.
Okay, let's see.
you've reached Kimberly Avery with Mahar & Associates. Sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. I am probably showing houses or with clients, so please leave a message after the tone. But if you would like a faster response, feel free to text me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Kimberly, this is Andy. I was reaching out about a listing you had listed on MLS on 4022 South Shamrock Road. I was an investor in the Tampa area, and I wanted to reach out because I was interested in making an offer. But I had a couple questions about it. And if you can give me a call back when you're available, that'd be great. But I'll leave you a text now. But yeah, give me a call back as soon as you can at 832-292-7286. Again, that's 832-292-7286. Bye. We're going to leave her a text since this is a mobile number. So we'll also leave her a text. Hey, Kimberly. This is Andy. I just tried giving you a call. I'm interested in your listing on 4022 South Shamrock Road. Please give me a call back at your earliest convenience. Thank you.
Andy, in the chat, we've seen a few people ask about construction costs. Like, how come you're not factoring in construction costs in your offer?
So for the call purpose, I'll just do it like that. But if I want to break it down more granularly, in Astro, so what I would do is, since the market shift, I would, obviously run numbers super ARV wise. Like, I would be super conservative with that part, and that usually is enough for market correction. I would take 75% of that, and then I would subtract for repair costs. Now for the what the data they provide in Astro with the market ARV stuff. Some people do that just for speed wise. And I think that's great, just to get out as many offers as you can, because it may take a little bit longer to actually break it down granularly and really break down the numbers. But so $20 a square foot would be lipstick, and then $40 a square foot would be cosmetic remodels. And obviously this depends on your market. This is a nationwide average, but I've seen that for Tampa, the numbers are pretty consistent. Maybe a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more in some areas. But if you're in Cali, $20 for a lipstick remodel doesn't make sense. That you can't find anywhere. Yeah. It's impossible. So I would definitely adjust in the area. The best thing I would the best thing I would say to do is to reach out to buyers in your area and ask them hey, what price per square foot are you at for lipstick remodels right now? And then cosmetic remodels, and then also full gut. Full gut's a lot more, there's a little more variables in it. But because sometimes there's extra repair costs and stuff like that associated with full gut. But I think $60 to $80 is where it's at right now. Maybe somewhere around that range. And then by the way, this doesn't count for roof repair and HVAC repair and what else, foundation, those are all extra stuff. And if there's an above ground pool, you need to adjust for that. You need to subtract the cost for that. But yeah, that's why I just ran it quick like that with the 55%. If it's a cosmetic lipstick remodel, then I'll use that rule, 55%.
Yeah, the 55%, that takes into account construction costs.
Yeah.
Right? So people aren't seeing you to actually go in and factor in the actual costs. The percentage takes that into consideration, right?
Mm-hmm.
The lower you go, the more money you have for construction. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to break it down that granularly, especially just in your early stages when you're just trying to get an offer out.
Yeah. Yeah, just focus on volume. for now, because then they'll build experience, and then that will, then lead to confidence on the calls, and then you'll be more confident as an individual, and sound better on the phones, and yeah, more offers will get accepted.
So one of the things that you can do with Privy, you guys, and we didn't break this down earlier, is that when you look at investor activity on the map and you see those areas that have, a lot of blue and where you can see the fix and flips, when you go down and you look at what they bought a property for, what percentage of ARV is there, that takes into account construction costs. It's already factored in. So if they bought it at 60% of the ARV in December, and the buyer is We Buy Properties LLC, then that's what We Buy Properties LLC is willing to buy a property at, 60% of the ARV, because all of their costs that are involved in that transaction, it goes on top of the 60%. It doesn't subtract it out. That's what they're willing to pay for it from the seller, which means that they'd likely pay you the same amount for a wholesale deal if you can find a property that's similar to the one they just closed. So do that local market research, figure out what the local buying parameters are based off of doing some market research, and then verify that by talking with the buyers and building a relationship, like Andy said.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely crucial. Yeah, like running numbers, like in general, is like everyone runs their numbers differently. Like the formula we use is just something that gets us in the very close ballpark. But everyone runs their numbers differently. That's why not every buyer comes in at the same number. Like there'll always be somewhere else. That's fine. But everyone runs their number differently. Like not everyone's taught by Jamil. I wish, but not everyone's taught by Jamil, and not everyone's going to get the same number. So just keep that in mind when you're making offers and setting them out for dispositions. So we weren't able to get in contact with Kimberly. So in this case, we could send a blind offer, but I'd prefer just to try to keep calling. So we'll just go on to the next one.
Let's do it. This is what's interesting, you guys. Like every day, there's going to be new stuff to call on. Like this is just what's available right now for Andy. And so he's just calling. He's filling in his. He's trying to get to his 10 offers, right? And that's what blows me away, Andy, is that the only way that you could get to 10 offers a day, especially doing it part-time, like while you're at school, is by doing on-market offers. You couldn't do this if you were doing off-market, right? Because you wouldn't be talking to that many sellers who you could even give an offer to if you were going direct to seller.
Yeah, I always recommend, I did this the opposite way, but I would recommend to start with MLS outreach and then transition to agent outreach and then micro flipping. But yeah, MLS outreach is a great way. So I think I know Jim Marks. Let me search him up in my database.
Jimmy.
I don't think I ever answers the phone. Let me see.
Mike, I saw that you commented you're not seeing how he's picking these houses. We are using Privy to look up deals, and you can use code BELIEVE for 20% off your first month or 30% off the annual plan. I'll throw the link in there for you.
30% off an annual plan is insane. Like, guys, I would capitalize on that. Like, they didn't pay me to say that, by the way. Like, I would definitely capitalize on that. If you're going to be in this business for a long time, and I would recommend everyone to think about this, is that if you're not going to be in this business for more than like 5-10 years, I would probably get out now. I wouldn't get in here just to get a deal done and just make some quick bucks. Like this is something to stay in like for a long time.
Oh yeah, if you make money, why would you get out? Like,
yeah,
for most people, they just want to get proof of concept and get that first deal done. But after that, you're just hooked.
Yeah, there's nothing better. That was like the best feeling ever. When I did my first deal, like I felt like I was screaming in the house. Like no one was home and I was just screaming. And I was just so happy. But But yeah, that was the best feeling ever.
Did you find Jim's info?
Yeah, I found his info. Let's see.
I got a couple numbers here too, if you want.
I got 407-207, and then 220.
Okay.
Hello, and thank you for calling Florida Realty Investments. If you know your part.
Here, I got one that says direct.
Please choose one of the following options. For rental property services, press 1. For sales, press 2. For maintenance, press 3. For recruiting in both our sales and leasing departments, please press 4. To speak with a specific team member, press 5. Or for the operator, dial.
For a listing of employees by their last names beginning from A to Z, press 1. For a listing.
I'm not doing all that.
Here, try this one. 813-347-9138.
Okay.
Please hold while I try to connect you.
It's epic wait music.
Wait, what's with these office?
Hello?
This is Jamil.
Hey, Jim, this is Andy. I wanted to reach out about listing on 1606.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was an investor in the Tampa area, by the way, and I saw this listing today. And I just had a couple questions about it. But I was interested in making an offer.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still available, right? Hello?
Yes, it's still available.
Okay, cool, awesome. Do you know if there's any major like renovations within the property, like any foundation issues, any like sinkhole, like stuff like that, that are associated with it?
I have not been under the house. I do not know.
Okay, no like major roof repairs, nothing like that.
The roof is older. It's going to need a new one before too long.
Okay, when was the roof last replaced? Do you know?
I don't know. It's older. It's going to need to be replaced before too long.
Okay. I see in the listing description that you said all offers, we need to inspect the property before submitting an offer.
Correct.
So how we work at my company is we kind of like, I just don't want to pull my contractor off his job to inspect the property. Is that like the seller request or is that just company policy?
Yeah. No, that's just seller request.
Okay. Okay, that'd be super difficult to do with us. I mean, are they like more so on pricing or like terms?
Well, it's a package. You know, I can't tell you. You make them a full price offer, it's probably going to be a little more flexible on terms. You make them a low ball offer, it's going to, stick to his provided terms.
Yeah.
Can't tell you. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, because we're primarily gonna try and flip this one. So I'm gonna run some numbers and see. But does Jim at yourhometeamflorida.com email work to send my offer?
Yeah. It does.
Okay. Okay, cool. Let me run some numbers and send that over.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. All right, bye. That was a cool conversation, but guy was like definitely hates his job.
That's what I was thinking when he repeated himself twice about the roof.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, like whatever. That's just what's gonna happen.
It happens. It happens. It's fine.
So like in this situation, I don't even know if I want to offer on this. Like this sounds like all offers must include non-refundable earnest money deposit, $5,000 due within 24 hours.
Move on situation.
Yeah, I mean, like since he said it was not company policy and it was like seller's request, I wouldn't even mess with it. Like this is something I'd probably follow up with every bi-weekly. Like I wouldn't,
Mm-hmm.
I would keep my eyes on it, but I wouldn't like pounce on it right now.
Yeah.
Something
I agree. That's really good insight.
Yeah, I would probably save this or something. Oh yeah, that's something I would do. Let's move on to next.
Just to show you, if you wanted to save that, you can click the favorite button at the top there, and or you can put it into a list if you want to follow up with it.
Yeah, maybe like you guys can create a list where like here, and then maybe like what can you name it, like properties to follow up with bi-weekly or something. I don't know, like however you guys want to organize that.
Yeah, so we can help you organize your deal flow just by putting stuff in lists and then moving them through the list. If you decide to, write an offer, you might move it from interested to wrote an offer to inspected to, closed. So there's a really cool folder structure there to help you keep your stuff organized.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, I see a comment here. Not sure if Andy realizes he says I was an investor. I am. I think it's just how I speak. Like, I don't really think about it too much. I guess I am an investor. I am, because you guys are an investor, by the way, and like firmly believe that you guys are investing your time, your energy into this. So
there you go,
an investor.
That's old mindset.
And to the books, like you are an investor. Like you're like the equitable interest and stuff. Like it makes you an investor. So yeah, take that title. It's a cool title. Looking at this, probably a little tighter than I would like it to be. But we're just gonna contact anyways, because the goal is to build a big database of realtors, not just to make offers. Obviously, making offers is a good, thing, but I want the main reason why I'm reaching out is to build a good database to where they know my name and they know exactly what I do. And when they have something, they call me and not the investor next to my name. So that's the main purpose, is to just reach out and get my name imprinted.
Mm-hmm. So Andy, I'm curious, in this time that you've been doing this business, how many calls do you think you've made? Right? You're a busy student. You don't have a lot of time, right? Everyone's kind of making excuses. Like, you're doing the work. How many calls do you think you've made? Just curious. Ballpark.
Like thousands. Like, I couldn't even tell you. Like, I don't even, probably like 5,000 to 10,000 calls. Probably.
Maybe. That's amazing.
Probably in that ballpark. But yeah, thousands of calls. Yeah, I did not at 15 know how to talk to realtors at all. I was very intimidated. But now that I just know that they're regular people, and you're actually supposed to be educating them. Like, you're an investor. Like, the real estate course they take is not actually, like, they don't. What's so surprising is they don't teach them how to comp. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Jamil talks a lot about educating your agents and working as a team.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why they don't. I feel like that's so crucial. Like, agents will try to sell a property and like pull comps from like 3 miles away. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
It's okay.
Okay, let's call Juan.
Hello.
Hey, Juan, this is Andy. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Awesome. I was an investor in the Tampa area, and I was reaching out about a property on 4024.
Mohawk?
Yeah, is this still available?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
we
cool.
Had a couple of offers, but none of my sellers accepted.
Okay. Where do you know? Okay, you don't have to answer this, but do you know where they're at? Is it like are they strong offers, or?
I don't remember, honestly, man. As soon as I get them, I just send them over to them. I email them over.
Okay.
I mean, I can go through them, but honestly, I'm off today. So.
Okay. Cool. Let me see. Do you know if there's anything major with the property that you know about? Like any foundation?
We have no history on this property. We have none. My seller bought it from a wholesaler who bought it from another wholesale group out of Miami. So by the chain of command on there, I haven't been able to find any act. The only thing I can tell you is that it was rented for, I think, over 15 years.
Okay.
Prior to the owner. But prior to my guy purchasing it, it was rented for like 15 years.
Is your seller an investor?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Do we need to be at list price for this to work?
Do we what?
Do we need does a
Oh, no. He's gonna look at his numbers. He cares about his net. You know?
Okay.
And I've already educated him. He knows that since we're only doing cash or hard money, it's gonna take an investor to buy it,
Okay. All good. Now, since it's day off, I don't want to bug you too much, but if this one doesn't, work out, do you have anything else I can look at?
Everything to make it fair, you can email me or text me your information. I'll be more than happy to add you to our list. But what I do to make it fair to everyone is I have a wholesale list that we do through Constant Contact.
Okay.
And anything else that's going to be retail like this one just goes on MLS.
Okay. Okay, cool. No, all good. Well, all right. Let me run some numbers and see where I can be at.
Sure.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. Awesome. All right. So I knew that seller was an investor just based off like where they purchased it from. And like this, I think Juan is also a wholesaler and like wholesaler / realtor.
Yeah, that's the impression I got too.
Yeah. So, again, this one doesn't sound like the seller is super motivated, or, I mean, if a house is owned by an investor, I don't think any investor would take a lowball offer unless they're in a super dire situation. So this is also something I would kind of touch base with you every now and then.
Yeah, this would be a good follow-up, but it does sound like Juan's going to be a good contact on the ground for you there.
Yeah. Maybe he'll have something for me. But when I ask that question, do you have anything else coming up? I always like to ask that. That's how I actually got a couple of deals locked up. Like where if something doesn't work out, you always ask them like a follow-up where like, hey, do you have anything else coming up if this one doesn't work out? And they're like, oh, I have this single family, come up in wherever. And you're like, awesome, and then you just hit them on that. Like, I think it's also a great way to get off-market homes.
Oh yeah,
do that is if they have pocket listings coming up. Let's keep going. I guess
somebody had a question. Is there a course or video on how to find off-market deals in Privy? Yeah, we've got off-market deals in Privy too, you guys. This is just the low-hanging fruit. The on-market stuff is just the stuff that you can write offers on every day to generate the cash flow to give you the money that you're going to need to do off-market. Off-market is very time-intensive. It requires money, and it's going to require you to be able to do all the follow-up and touch those people 10 to 15 times, which is what most people say. And the cost per lead, even for somebody, I was talking with Pace the other day, and he's like 10,000. That's how much it costs me to get an off-market deal. So you got to have some cash and you got to be able to do that. But we provide you the lists. We give you up to 10,000 off-market leads per month. It could be a foreclosures, absentee owners, vacancies, tired landlords, like it's there. But what's different about what we do is when you pull an off-market list from Privy, they all come out already pre-comped out. So we generate that link, that sharing link for every single property, so that if you click any off-market property or any property for that matter, our system automatically comps it out with the data that's there. If it's in a direct to MLS data area, you get those real-time MLS comps. We'll show you the owner, show you if there's a mortgage, all that information that people like to see for off-market leads. Those are there for you too.
That's great. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like that's so cool. I didn't know you could do that. Awesome. I guess we'll move on to the next one. I want to at the very least make one solid offer today. This is a renovated home. Not gonna touch this. I don't know why I see a lot of wholesalers like trying to touch this. I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen. So I'll just move on from this one. This one looks pretty clean. I mean, I would say telling by the, I wouldn't really touch this one. I mean, it's livable. Like, I don't think. Actually,
Hey, Andy, let me ask you this. What about buyers that are doing buy and hold? Like, are you targeting buy and hold buyers at all? Like, this might be a property that they would like because it's kind of, it's rent ready.
Mhm.
And maybe you can get at a slight discount, but not low enough of a discount for it to make sense for a flipper.
Yeah, I think it's primarily just the strategy I'm focusing on right now. But I think you can absolutely wholesale something like this. Usually, probably won't get a huge discount on it, but I think maybe enough to where maybe a deal can happen. Yeah, like, see the numbers here, 285. Like, this is pretty close to ARV. This is pretty close to ARV. So we'll just, if you focus on the buy and hold strategy, this would probably be great. If rents in the area were pretty good, I would do this one. But since my current strategy, I'm looking for, because my buyers are looking for fix and flip right now. I mean, I have like hedge fund connections and stuff, but they primarily don't target on market right now. So fix and flip is the main strategy right now.
All right, let's find more fix and flips. Let's go.
Yeah. This one doesn't look too bad. This would probably be the best condition. I would like this one. I wouldn't go past this condition. This would probably be the best I'd go. This is not too bad either. Let's see. Maybe something here. Let's just give him a call.
You have reached Jessica Aguirre with Coldwell Banker. I am unable to answer your phone call at this present moment. If you could please leave your name and number and a short message, I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Jessica, this is Andy. I'm an investor in the Tampa area, and I saw your listing on 9306 North Dartmouth Avenue. And I wanted to reach out because I wanted to make an offer on it. I was interested to kind of know more about the property before I made an offer. And if you can, give me a call back when you're available. I know today's a holiday, so I don't expect you to come back today, but just let me know. I'll leave you a text message. But yeah, call me back as soon as you can at 832-292-7286. Again, that's 832-292-7286. Thank you. Bye.
That's why that one agent said he was off today, because it's holiday day, huh?
Yeah, it is a holiday today.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that might be the reason why people aren't answering, but
that's probably part of it. But good agents work every day. So
yeah.
Right?
It's no excuse.
That's okay. We'll get a good one. Let's just keep pushing. We'll get a good one.
Hey, some people are asking about, like, what are you calling on? So you guys, how Andy generated this short list was by running the deal finding algorithm that Privy has. So our system's running comps on every single property 24/7 in the whole US. And Andy set his parameter to 75% of the ARV. So after it runs comps, what it's doing is it's comparing the price of the house right here for 300,000, and then it's saying, okay, are there comps that say that this house is lower than 75%? So he's not just calling everything. Like, we've already gotten rid of 90% of the houses that have zero data that says it's a deal. We were really optimizing this. If Andy had to go and do this from scratch and go through each new listing without the comping algorithm, we wouldn't have been able to get so many of these numbers looked through so quickly. So he's basically filtering and being very super specific. For that house that's listed at 300 grand, the algorithm found comps over 400,000, which is why it floated that to the top of his list, so that he can go look at it and say, okay, well, this house is in an area where there's comps that sold for more than 400, so there's a chance this house needs some work, right? He needs these houses that need the value add, and that's how he's able to do it so quickly, rather than trying to just go through some random websites and just finding properties, or how an agent would do it. Honestly, an agent can't do this. They can't just go through their MLS and find these properties as quickly as Andy's doing, because they'd have to spend the majority of their time running comps on properties that have no data that says they're deals.
Mm-hmm. And Privy is so much more user friendly than like the MLS. I don't know if you guys have MLS access, but if you've been on the website, it's like so outdated and like it's very hard to maneuver around. And Privy just made it so simple. And super forever grateful for you creating the software. Let's get back to Colin. What were we gonna do? Okay, I already reached out, so I left a text to Jessica. And we'll see if they text back. Let's check out this one.
Ooh.
Like I'm mixed with like lipstick and cosmetic remodel.
That's a lot of green, mint green.
Yeah.
Emily, I don't know that's sea foam green.
Oh, looks like there's
green.
Is that like another? What is this area? It's like a shed. This house is like a unique layout. Very interesting. Wow, this is like a very cool house.
Oh my God.
So got to keep in mind when you're comping. I may have to call John on this one because he's like the best at comping. But like this is a definitely unique layout, and like I don't think a lot of other properties are gonna look like this one. But we can see.
In my mind, that screams Airbnb. Like, I would take that house and turn it into an Airbnb. Like, it's in an awesome area. There's all these cool spaces for people to hang out, and it's only $200,000. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, this is like it's so great. Like I'm like mainly fix and flip strategy, and then you came in here and like because you know about Airbnbs, like you know there's potential here. That's so cool about Privy, where like there's opportunities for everyone.
Look at the lot. It's 15,000 square feet. So that's a third of an acre.
Wow. Like this could be turned into something cool. And that could be, turned into something really cool too.
You should call on it.
I know these guys. They're like, we can give them a call, but they're like this big company, the Duncan duo. They're like the brokers.
Yeah, if you wouldn't call on it, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's move on. I gotta get some water. I got comment. I'll be back real quick if you guys can take the stage. I gotta go get some water. I'm getting dry mouth.
Andy, are you old enough to drink coffee?
I've started drinking a little bit of coffee, but not too much. I've been drinking more tea than coffee.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't get addicted. It's bad.
Okay, go get your water, Andy. All right, Benson, it's just you and me. How are you?
I'm good. This is awesome. Like I've never seen. I haven't met Andy personally yet, and I've heard his stories. I've heard his adventures, and it's exciting. I mean, you guys think he's literally in high school, and before just recently, he was going to school from 7 a.m. to 3 in the afternoon, just doing this on his lunch and in between classes and nights and weekends. Like, if you have any sort of thing in your mind that's stopping you from just taking action, just look at this young man doing it. Does he on the phone? Does he sound like a total pro? And he's like perfectly scripted? And no, he's just talking to these people. He's just taking action. So mainly, it isn't really about having a perfect speech. It's just about talking to these people, collecting information, and it was the volume, right? He said volume is most important to getting this done. Not necessarily like every deal has to be accepted. He's making connections with these people, and some of those relationships have already paid off. He's gotten deals from these agents that he's talked to on the phone that maybe they didn't like his offer on a previous deal, but he was able on the phone to build rapport, to build trust, and build a relationship with him, so now they can do deals in the future together.
I see Lewis keeps asking in the chat if Andy is doing assignments. So yes, we are wholesaling these deals and assigning them.
Yeah. If they specifically mention that I'm unable to assign contracts, then we'll just have a close.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Let's keep going, Andy. You got your water?
Yeah, I got my water.
Let's go. You gotta prepare for these lives. I got my big old Yeti here with me all the time.
I always get caught in mouth when I talk a lot.
I know. Can you believe Jamil does this for like 6 hours?
I don't know how he does it. Like
I don't know either.
I don't know how. He's amazing.
He is.
Okay, here's a new one. There's no property pictures. So I might try to search this up on Zillow, maybe, or just search it up and see if there's any other pictures online. So Zillow only has one picture. Realtor.com also only has one picture.
Andre asked, how much spread do you need on a deal to double close, Andy?
I would probably be at least 20K. Like at least 20K is like a fee. Like just to provide enough cushion. But yeah, that's for that. So I noticed that this is listed by actually a hedge fund. Sylvian Realty is a big hedge fund. By the way, if you guys didn't know, they used to buy a lot. So on this one, like I wouldn't try to wholesale a hedge fund property. So we're just gonna skip this one. By the way, if you guys want to research this hedge fund, Sylvian Realty is the group name, and you guys can dig deep in that. But yeah, they're great. Very aggressive. Another renovated listing. So we'll just skip over this one.
And by the way, those properties that are popping up that are renovated, they're not just coming up because of whatever. It's because there's at least one comp that says it's a deal. Yeah. So those properties are showing up based off the data, but sometimes you have to look at it with your own best judgment and say, oh, that one doesn't make sense because the comp that Privy used to flag that property as a deal is potentially like on the other side of a highway, or like see right there, see that blue one? If you zoom out, the comp that it used to flag it as a deal is on the other side of that highway. Right. So that's why we would call that one a false positive. So as much as Privy is an amazing tool, it does find these ones sometimes that just don't make sense. And then you were quickly able to pass on it, Annie, right? Within like a couple seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, it just comes from muscle memory and like doing this a lot. You'll know. But yeah, definitely never use comps crossing a highway or like crossing a major road, or a river, or I think train tracks is also one. John, if you want to correct me on that. I don't think so actually. But yeah, I would. The main thing, I wouldn't cross any highways or major roads. Okay.
Yeah, that one you were just looking at looked like it needed quite a bit of work.
Yeah, this one. I see money.
Oh yeah.
I see money. Is this fire damage? Might be fire damage. No, but no.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, very. Let's see. So this definitely looks like a property will definitely. Okay, I know the agent on this one, but we'll look at the. I see a 425. I'm beginning to look pretty happy. It is a different build type though, which kind of concerns me. Let's see if we can find something else. So that's the only thing we can see. 425. This is a wood frame. I think ours is also actually ours is brick. I think I might have to call on the comp god. John, what do you think?
John said 40% lock it up for fire damage. Does that make sense to what you asked?
I don't think is it fire damage? Well, I gotta call him. That's why we gotta call him. See?
Like call John Galan. Call him.
No, we should call the listing agent.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me
Sorry,
we could call John like after this and see what he thinks. Here, hold on. He's pretty famous in the community. John, how do you feel? You're a celebrity.
He's laughing in the chat.
So you see the co-list. I always just want to call the listing agent. If the listing agent fails, then I'll call the co-listing agent. But I'll always try to get to the direct to listing agent and see.
Sorry, Al. I confused you. John is the agent.
Yeah, while you're doing this, a couple people, just some questions. How does Privy compare to PropStream? PropStream doesn't do anything that we're doing right now, you guys. It is not designed to find deals using algorithms, find agent info, find properties based off of algorithms. PropStream is for finding off-market lists. It's list gen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a computer to use Privy? You need a device that has internet. So if you've got a tablet or a phone, it'll work too. But you do need something that has an internet browser, right? It'll work best on a phone. I'm sorry, on a computer.
Do we find a number, Andy?
Yeah, let's give him a call. How do you pronounce his name? Claudia. Okay, Claudia.
Please leave your message for 813-679-1146.
Hey, Claudia. This is Andy. I'm an investor in the Tampa area, and I was reaching about a listing on 4202 North Suwannee Avenue. I wanted to reach out because I had a couple questions, but I was interested in making an offer. Please give me a call back as soon as you can. I know it's a holiday, but I'll leave you a text message so you don't forget. But yeah, give me a call back at 832-292-7286. Again, that's 832-292-7286. Thank you. Bye.
Dang, maybe we should double dial.
We could try double dialing.
Let's try. I feel like all these agents are just chilling today, huh?
Everyone is chilling today.
Not us.
We ain't chilling. He's rolling and rocking and rolling.
Please leave your message.
Dang.
We'll just leave a text message.
Yeah.
And then we'll also contact the co-listing agent.
Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe they're working.
Okay. Okay. I guess we'll move on. Actually, no, we still gotta call this agent.
Yeah, maybe we can find their number. Maybe they're taking calls today.
I've actually reached out to this agent before.
Oh, wow.
A couple people have been asking about apps. Oh, go ahead, Andy. Were you going to say something?
No, I was yawning. What's up?
Yeah, you guys, Privy works on your phone already. You don't need an app. You just sign in through the mobile browser. A native app that you download from the App Store. I mean, it wouldn't be much different than what we've already got. It's just you just sign in through your mobile device.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me try to call. I have his number. On my iPad. Call him.
And by the way, you guys, just to reiterate too, I was telling people if they sign up for Privy, we're doing 2 live training sessions this week exclusively for the Astro community. So I'll invite you guys all to that. We'll do some training, dig deeper, and show you all of the features that Privy does, including off-market training. We'll show you how to build a buyer's list. We're going to show you how to find your target market, which possibly isn't even in your backyard. We're going to show you how to do your local market research so you know what percentage of ARV you should be writing your offers at. Andy's already done a lot of his kind of foundational research, so he knows what to do in Tampa. But sometimes when you first start a new market, you're still learning and figuring that out. So I'm going to show you how to get up to speed and become a local market expert in like half a day. Like really super simple training. So I'll send out an invitation tonight for anybody that signs up, and then anybody who does sign up for the annual plan, you're going to get actually my course as well. So I got a course I would sell for $1,500 that teaches you how to do virtual wholesaling, and I'm going to give you guys that for free if you sign up for the annual plan, and that's at a 30% discount today with the links that Jamil and Emily are putting in the chat.
Awesome. I have the number here. Efren? Do you guys pronounce this Efren?
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 Efren, right? Yeah.
Efren? Yeah.
Sounds right.
Call connection failed.
Oh, no.
All right, I'll just call him on my number. Efren?
Efren?
Efren.
Hello,
this is Efrain Jovel. Please leave me a message after the phone, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Efren. I tried to contact your partner, Claudia, about the listing on 4202 North Suwannee Avenue. We've spoken before. I'm just calling you on my personal number. But I wanted to make an offer on it and see what we can do. But please give me a call back as soon as you can, either on my 813 number or on this number. But yeah, I'm super interested in making an offer. Thank you. All right, bye. Looks like everyone's just off today.
I know. Maybe we can try to get one more in. It'll be the one.
It'll be the one. I always want to keep this mindset of like the next one's it. You know?
Right? Yes, exactly.
Next deal is your deal.
I think Brent Daniels says you're one call away or something like that.
Yeah, one call away. I like that.
Yeah, I love that.
That should I like that. I like that phrase. Yeah, by the way, I have no school today. I was very lucky. I was gonna select tomorrow to be my day to present, but today happened to be a school holiday, which means I get it off so I can do this. Otherwise, I'll have to skip, which is cool, but you know, I don't. I'd prefer.
It worked out perfect.
It did work out perfectly.
Andy, has all this success and money affected your grades?
That's it.
I think it's definitely made me not care as much about school, which I think has the direct correlation with my grades. I mean, I'm not like a terrible student. I just don't care as much. Like I just don't care that much. I just don't care that much in class. Like my mind just on real estate in class, like nothing else. Like my teacher's talking about like the Westward expansion, and I'm like, or like the book we're reading right now, Frankenstein. I'm just like zoned out.
I can imagine it's probably very challenging to balance because you're like running a business and then you're over here learning about something that happened in history.
Yeah.
You're almost done, right?
I'm almost done. I have 5 more months till I graduate, like 4 months till I graduate. It's gonna be amazing. Awesome. It's gonna be great. I'm like nervous and excited at the same time. Super nervous, but I'm ready for real life.
Are there any other properties we can call on?
Yeah, let's see if we can get one more and then we can wrap it up here. Hopefully that we can get an agent to answer.
Here, I like this one. Let's call.
Okay, here we go.
Come on.
For those of you that tuned in a little bit late, I want to share this free download for you. It's a agent email offer template. So I'll drop that there for you right now. You can use when you're emailing offers.
It's using my database. If not, we'll call the office number. I think that's the office number.
Leona, Andy is just scrolling through MLS listings and he's looking for outdated properties or properties that need fixing up. Anything that his fix and flip buyers would want to buy. That's what he's calling on and looking into.
Okay, let's show you office phone number. Hey, George. This is Andy. How you doing?
This is Ramon. How can I help?
Yes. So I saw you listing on 3451 Seven Springs Boulevard.
Okay, that's that will be George Rivero. You want me to give you his information?
Yeah. Do you have his number?
Yes, of course.
Here, hold on. Let me get my notepad. What's his number?
Yes, a second. Okay, his number will be 754 area code 248-1196.
Okay. And sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was it?
My name is Ramon Lantes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Do you have anything listed right now or coming up that's distressed that I can look at?
Actually, no. We only have I only have one in right now on Spring Hill.
Mm-hmm. That's a good area.
Yes.
Is it a fixer upper or what's going on with it?
No, it's actually ready to move in.
Okay.
Yes, the owner giving the comparables and everything, but he set up for a price, so we listed it for that. He wants to change his mind on lowering the price or not.
Okay.
Other than that, George is the one that has like 2 listings, and have another agent on the brokerage that has like 3 listings.
Oh, well, what's the other guy's name?
The other agent, it will be Teresita Lantes, and her number is just a second. Her number is Erico 813 408-0980.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm gonna give a call to George.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye. That was a good call. Got 2 agents' numbers that had listings, so that's good. Let's call George.
Please leave your message for 754-248-1196.
Hey George, I got sent over from Ramon. I was an investor in the Tampa area, and I was reaching out property on 3451 Seven Springs Boulevard. I'm interested in making an offer on it, but I just had a couple of questions about the house. Please give me a call back as soon as you can at 832-292-7286. Again, that's 832-292-7286. Thank you. I'm gonna leave him a text message. Everyone else answers but the listing agent.
So you guys, this is how it goes sometimes, right? It's not always going to be glorious where you're getting people on the phone and things are happening. Like a lot of times it just doesn't click, and you have to have the wherewithal to power through that and keep making those calls and staying motivated and staying positive and just knowing that eventually you're going to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all part of the process.
Yeah, it was definitely, you know, a little bit different today being MLK Day, and that's fine. You know, we still did the thing. He still texted, emailed, called, left voicemails. I'm sure he'll get callbacks, and tomorrow will be different because it will be technically a working day.
Yeah.
But Vincent, before we let you go, let's just reiterate to the ones that just got here about what we're offering on Privy.
Yeah.
Code BELIEVE.
Well, you guys, the way that we were finding these properties, well, that Andy was finding these properties to write offers on, or at least to call and reach out and connect with agents, was using Privy. So Privy, it's a real estate investment software. We help you find and analyze deals. We're the only platform in the world that has direct to MLS data, the same data that agents and appraisers use to comp properties out. And we have that in over 80 markets. We also have what we would call like prop stream level data nationwide, which in some markets like in North Dakota or South Dakota, like that's maybe all we'll have. However, we're showing you the best areas to invest. So you shouldn't go and invest any time and money into South Dakota because there's no investor activity there. What you need to be able to assemble a deal where you need everything with buyers, you got the comps to prove ARV, you got the ability to find investor focused agents. Those are in these high investor activity areas. Privy finds those for you. Okay, we show you where you should be looking for deals. The next thing is we show you how to become a local market expert by looking at what they're buying properties for, what they're selling them for, what percentage of ARV they're buying properties at. That will teach you where to make the right offers, what percentages you should be doing. And then every person who flipped one of those properties is a buyer. So that's how you're able to build a very high value buyers list, is by looking at the people who flipped those homes. That's in Privy as well. So you'll build, really good solid buyers list in Privy. And then all you do is there's a button that pops up. It says find similar active deals. You click that one button, Privy goes in, it pulls comps on every single property in that area. And then it'll create a comparative market analysis for all the ones that match your deal criteria. So through your research, you learn that you need to be at 60% of the after repair value or lower. Privy will find all the properties that have data that says they are deals. And then you just do what Andy did today. You just go through and you just call down the list and you get offers out. And if you do 10 a day, like you said, you'll have 100 offers go out in 100 days, or 1,000. What is that? 100 offers. And some of those deals are going to close. Andy was doing all of this part-time while going to school, and now he's doing half days by moving his schedule around, and he's doing 50,000 a month. Am I wrong, Andy? 50,000?
Yeah, I did 50 in November. Yeah.
My gosh. So the same strategy that Andy's doing, we'll dig deeper into some of our trainings. I'll show you guys exactly how to connect all the dots. So the link is in there to sign up. It's 30% off if you use the annual plan. That also comes with my course that I teach you how to go and find properties virtually nationwide, as well as access to very in-depth coaching calls. We do those once per week. I'm also going to give you 20% off your first month if you go with the monthly plan. So it'd be $77 for your first month. All of those come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you get to leverage me and my team for a full 30 days. So it's like being in a modified coaching program for 30 days for as little as $77. And if you go with the annual plan, you're locked in and you get all that training for free.
Amazing. Thank you, Benson. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your time.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure. To be with Andy here is like a total pleasure, man. You're insane. So impressive, man.
Thank you for creating the software for everyone in the community. I wanted to just kind of drive this home and end it off good. So Jamil mentioned in the beginning that a lot of you had a full-time job, and I wanted to expel that limiting belief that you can't do this business with a full-time job. And you absolutely can. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, you can run a full-time wholesaling business, which I kind of did, but I'm not saying everyone can do that. Okay, fine. Everyone can do that. But you really have to have an insane amount of determination to to really want something more for yourself. And I'm not just saying, like, a lot of people say that, a lot of the influencers you see say that, and they don't, like, they're not trying to trick you. Like, that is really it. They make it so simple, and that's like, simplicity is usually the way now. So for schedule wise, like, you know, depending on the job you have, in my schedule, I had 2 periods throughout the day. I had 8 periods. My second period was a I guess like a study hall period where I can kind of like be in the hallway and do my work. And then my 7th period, which is like this, which would be the same thing. It would just be like a free period. It'd be 45 minutes of time where I can do whatever. So that would be the time where, so the second period would be, usually it'd be like, I would be displaying deals. Displaying deals would be like an all-day task. So like, meaning like transaction coordinating and sending deals out to buyers. That'd be like an all-day thing. My next most important thing would be potential deal follow-ups. So the first time block I have in the morning, I would try to follow up all the things, like all the deals that are coming up from agents. Like if an agent said like, hey, I have something coming up, I have that all automated now, like all the follow-up stuff. But in the beginning, I didn't, but this is how I did it. I did that first. I knocked that out first. You want to make sure you organize your tasks in the scale of like importance. So make sure you're doing the most important stuff first and the most time urgent stuff first. And then you work your way on to outreach and stuff. I would say outreach should always be last, but it's definitely still important because that's the faucet to your business. So make sure that faucet is continually running, because I see this in me and other companies as well, is that they get a huge month and then next month they'll do nothing because that month they were focusing on transaction coordinating for those deals, and then they'll just miss out on the next month. We have to make sure that we keep the faucet running and we make sure that we maintain balance. So again, it's displaying deals first, and then it's potential deals next, and then it's no deal follow-ups, which means like just regular follow-ups. Now I'm working with something with Jamil. I'm not going to touch too much on it right now, but I have this pretty much all automated, and honestly, it's probably my secret, but I'm not going to touch on to it. But the last,
it definitely is like a huge superpower, Andy, and we're actually going to do a challenge on it next month, guys. So you will all be filled in, and I mean, it's going to help you hit these 50K months like Andy while you're escaping your W-2 job. Am I right?
Yeah. Last would be outreach, and then that's all automated as well. But like, you don't need all this. Like the important thing is you build a solid foundation where you understand how the workflows work, like how you should be doing stuff, and like how you are organizing yourself. So definitely that, and just make sure you just do the stuff that actually matters. Like don't stress too much on like I see some people in here that like say like, oh, he said this, he said that. Like, don't worry too much. It's more in like your tonality and like the confidence you have. Even though I didn't say everything like 100% like to the script, to the book, you know, I still made the call, which is like the most important thing. And that will just come through experience. Like we'll get better over time. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but over time we'll get better and better and better. So just don't stress too much about like, oh, I have to say this perfect or the call is going to go terribly wrong. Just do it. And so what, you get, you know, something happens. Like the most important thing is you take action. And I think that's like one of the best qualities or one of the key characteristics a successful entrepreneur has, is that they execute very quickly, and they take action, and they don't worry about if I'm going to fail or not, and if this is perfect or not. They value just consistency and perfect action, which is what Robin said, which is great. Yeah.
No, and I love that. And I love that you touched on that, Andy, because Like, yeah, you tripped up on words. We're humans. It happens. Everyone does it. And I feel like that's what holds people back is like, they're like, oh, I don't sound like this person on the phone, like this speaker. I don't sound amazing. And it's like, that's fine. You know, like all of your conversations when the agents did pick up today, they all went fine and you got all the information you needed to move forward. So like,
and those agents aren't even perfect themselves. Like
no.
we all have problems. Like
exactly.
we all have our problems, and like it's
imperfect action.
Yeah.
Imperfect action. Imperfect action. I love that.
Yeah.
Here is Andy's Instagram link, guys. If you want to go follow him, I know a lot of you were just asking for it. Andy, what other ways can people like reach out to you? Can people send you deals? What does that look like?
Send me all the deals you guys have in Florida in general. I like Tampa, but anywhere in Florida is cool. Actually, I just got a text back from an agent, but we'll do that another time. I don't think there's time left, but yeah.
How do you want them to send you deals? DMs, or do you want to drop an email? How do you want to work that?
Is the best. Facebook's the best for deals, or email. Like,
I'll drop your Facebook link too. I have it right here. Here you go, guys. Connect with Andy on Facebook. And also, I just want to remind you guys one more time that Sammy on our Astroflipping team is in the chat, and he wants to connect with you guys. I know that Andy was doing this before Astro, but when you joined Astro, did that change the game for you, Andy?
Is that a question or like because that?
Yeah. Like what
hell
did
yeah,
that?
like hell yeah, like everything. It's the best, not one of the best. Like it's the best wholesaling community, if not real estate community, like in general, like in the world.
Somebody said you've reached the Facebook friend limit. I love that. I think you can still message him though. Andy, check your requests.
Have to clean out stuff then.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. We're gonna hop off of this. We will be live tomorrow with Tyler. He is in the Sacramento market, California. A lot of you were asking about California earlier, and he completely rocks it in California. So make sure you show up, same place, same time on Jamil's YouTube channel. And we will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Andy. You rock.
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye, guys.